kind of hard to see the stuff and things, but we will do our best. Hi, how goes? How are you? How is your weekend? Hope all is well. I am here doing the things. I have a thing I need to respond to, but I might wait till break to do that. But yeah, how are you guys? Been feeling weird and I hate it, so that's my day. Not up to terribly much. Packaging things and stuff and getting stuff set to ship out on Monday. Because I have to schedule the thing to get picked up, so it can't be today. So, gonna have to be Monday, which is perfectly fine. But that's another thing off of my list of stuff to do, so woohoo. But yeah, Shannon, can you please tell me what color you want for a sub-square? You probably want neon, so let me leave it at that, and then let me spin the wheel and see what other thing you got going here. But I very much appreciate you starting off the stream with a resub. Very awesome of you. Let's get this thing to do the thing. There it is. Completely in the wrong spot. Because of course I am. Yeah. So I guess 2 neon. Cool. Alright, neon. And more neon. Which, by the way, I'm slowly but surely running short, so eventually you're gonna need a new color. Sorry. But yeah, extra square. It's been a while since extra square happened. Alright, so that covers that. Yeah. Hide that again. But yeah, how goes? Not been up to terribly much. I mean, I did actually clean slightly more shelves, so arguably I did something. That would make sense. It's 2 weeks to Christmas, which is... what even? Why even at this point? But definitely good luck with all the wrapping of presents. Which, let me maneuver this thing a little bit over here. Because I need to get Christmas presents worked on. Yeah! Are you redoing, well, like reshuffling that too? If so, that is a lot of stuff to do. Alright, so since I don't have a ton to talk about, I'm just gonna jump over here. This. And come on. There it is, that's better. Three. 4. Still have yarn and stuff and totes from when we moved in. Oh. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. So you kind of want those to go somewhere. Also, it's been a year already. Jeez. Time is just going. I'm not sure if I like it. Okay, I think here. I think. My move-in day was January 2021. Oh, I was like, wait, it can't be a year yet. Okay, so not quite a year, but definitely almost a year. Close enough. So, 1 year quickly approaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, cool. But yeah, congrats on 1 year of home, though. That's definitely a nice feeling. Come on, where are we? There we are. Did I? No, I didn't open GiftBot. Damn it. Ugh. I was like, wait, did I open GiftBot? No, I did not open GiftBot. Alright, let that do its job. Do. 4, 5, 6. I imagine you guys can't wait to celebrate your first Christmas in there. That has to definitely be exciting. Because that has to definitely be a fun thing whenever we're in a new place. It's like, first thing here, first, you know, birthdays, first holidays, first New Year's, first whatever the case may have you. Come on. There we go. Also, I'm hoping this is the correct hook I'm using for this thing. I'm pretty sure it is. Because I doubt I went as far down as G. Not G. As F. Since this is G. And I know I definitely didn't use my H hook. Because that would leave a little too much in the way of gaps. So, I'm hoping I'm correct. Because I haven't done one of these, at least in this style, in a bit. So I'm just like, am I doing this thing correctly? Who knows? Or at least I am. We haven't gotten the Christmas tree up yet, though. Oh, man! I presume that's gonna be this weekend, then, if not next weekend? Because, you know, Christmas is literally on a Saturday this year. Which even though, you know, that's a thing that happens every 7 years. It's always a thing where it's like, oh yeah, it's Saturday. That kind of gets to you. It's always kind of weird. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I was like, we only just got. Oh man, you're slacking. Let's get to it, man. Although I imagine you guys are definitely busy doing all the things and the stuff, so honestly, that is totally fair that you haven't gotten to anything. You're mostly working with stuff we. Ah, okay. That also makes sense. Oh, so it'd be really great if I'd press OBS so I could see it again. There we go. We can see it. Also, let's nudge this down like so. So, stop being less space over there. That'd be cool. It's better. Better enough, anyway. Also, I just saw something about Amazon review I likely don't care about, but let's see what it's about. But it probably wants me. Yeah, whatever. I always hate when I see the thing pop up in the corner. It's like, is it important? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. It's usually mail, which I really do want to figure out how to disconnect that from there so I don't have to see my mail pop up from over there. Like, that'd be great. But yeah, definitely at least you got outside then, so that's certainly a plus. Come on, there we are. Also, I'm using the pink because I have 2 more of these. This is one of those where I actually have the color ability to do both, you know, the cabled one, knit one, and crochet one, although I think I might consider just getting rid of the cabled one, because those haven't sold in a while, so maybe just switching around to have, like, these crocheted ones, and then the regular knit ones, and see how that works out. But yeah, basically stuff and things I've been pondering. That's forever what I'm doing, pondering things. Plus I feel like these would be thicker than the ones with the cables. Also, I'm guessing, so basically, stuff you're not used to working with, it makes sense. It would take a bit longer to get that established around the house and so on. So, I get it. Also, I feel like I might be repeating myself, which is not completely out of the norm, so ta-da. But yeah, 2 weeks to Christmas, man. Who would have thought this is where we'd be already? Because I very much would like if my body would stop being an asshole to me. Because that's been a thing the past couple of days. I haven't complained because it's been like sporadic, and now it's just like, can we not? Don't know what the deal is, and there's certainly several options, unfortunately, so yeah. This is apparently what I get for showing up like 2.5 months from what I was expected. Yay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should really check what's its face and see if there's any crochet dish towels. Which there likely are, but I don't... If they are, they're more likely square than rectangle. That's the general shape I tend to see, although there are some where it's like mostly hand knit where they're like pretty large. Definitely some of them larger than the sizes I carry, but I imagine mine should be well enough for The typical kitchen, bathroom, arguably. Also, I almost got on here late because I had a fun, like, 2 minutes before I was getting set, I was like, where's my glasses? And I'm looking around. And it's under the laptop. Well, specifically under the laptop cooler. And I'm just like, where did they go? Did I drop them on the floor? I would have heard and or noticed, because I kind of need these to see. In far distances. Yeah, it's fine though. They're fine. Because remember, it's the cooler, so it's not hot. Plus, I had it on the angle, so it's not like they were crushing them or anything. It was underneath there, and I was just like, where the f are these? And I just have like, let me look under here. It's like, and that's where they were, and I was just like, oh no. Thankfully, only far away as far as I'm concerned with that. Luckily. If we're near and far, no. Don't think I would like that. Would not be cool. It's, oh no. So, you and Rogue have that in common, if I recall, because I know Rogue and her nearsightedness is not fun. Wait, isn't it far, though? Because I swear nearsighted's when you can't see far, and farsighted's when you can't see near. Unless I'm wrong. But I swear to God. Four, 5, 6. Well, let me see. I swear that's what it is. But half the time I usually get it mixed up, so I could be wrong. Let's see. Nearsighted. I've Googled this before. Nearsighted. Unable to see things clear unless they're relatively close to the eyes. Owing to the focus of phrasal light, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I can see this clearly at the end of my nose. I can't see anything. Oh. Yikes. Yikes. Thankfully, it's not that bad. But yeah, I always take Velma as like near and farsighted. Personally. So that's why I was confused for a second, but yeah, that is fair. If you can't see, like, between here and here, like, I take off my glasses, I can still identify chat what it is, but it blurs a little bit, so if I strain my eyes a little bit, I might do it, but you know, you're not supposed to be doing that. An inch past my, oh no, oh no, that's not good. That is definitely not good. Also very unhelpful. And considering I'm one of those people who likes to have my glasses off when I'm eating my food, it's one of those, I don't think I would like that. Like, in order to see what I'm doing correctly, I would need to have my glasses on all the time. And that would not work for me. Three, and come on, don't do that. Oh, so I'm gonna need to get the tape measure to make sure I'm making this wide as I need it to. Although, that's not something I need to worry about for a while, because it's like 9-10 inches wide, so. I'm curious if I can make the larger one. Maybe. Oh, there is. I forgot I could add... What's its face? Like, Christmas Capamon, which I have a couple. So I could probably do with that during the break. Or in the dark, because I can feel the stitches in my hand. Oh. That makes sense. For me, it's like my sense of sight is better than my sense of touch, personally, so that would not work and there would be many mistakes on my end. But at least you have that option available to you. Like, not like you can't tell things, but it's like definitely noticing what goes where. I like to verify by looking at the thing. Especially when it's annoyingly complicated stuff. Alright, next row. 3, 4, 5, 6. Read and watch things while knitting it. Fair. That is fair. Also very much helpful. I tend to, if I'm gonna read and knit at the same time, especially if it's like, you know, with my tablet, it's like something really simple that I don't have to really pay attention to. And also I don't have to worry about holding down the book for the pages. Which I imagine people are like, what? You have so many books behind you. Well, one of those books had literal dust come off of it when I dusted off that respective shelf the other day, so... I haven't touched the physical books as long as I have digitally. Which is digitally slightly more convenient at times. Not that I don't like my physical books. Oh yeah, I always forget that's a thing, but it's like, I don't know. I guess because, you know, academic learning and stuff, having to read off the computer tends to be like a, I'm not sure if I like this sort of endeavor. Mainly use fair. That's kind of how I am with if I get bored with something, like if I'm working on something, it's like I need something to listen to, like I'll just put on a podcast and have that on, so it's like my brain's focused on that, and then get through the tedium of the project in front of me. Although, I kind of do that even if the project's not boring, but especially if the project's like, say, something very stuck in it, and it's like not giving me the desired amount of entertainment or enjoyment value, I'm just like, okay, let's have something else going so I can, you know, have both happening at the same time. Also, is it this thing, or is there rain coming down? I know there's definitely rain happening today, so I can't tell if it's laptop fan, which I should probably turn that up. So I can't tell if it's that, or, you know. Rain. I don't think it's rain. Rain would definitely be a bit more overwhelming. Arguably. Come on. There it is. But yeah, this also kind of qualifies me talking with you while I'm doing the thing. Is equally of entertainment value. Or rather, I guess, enjoyment? is probably the better word for that. Alright. And then next row after this. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Also, let me double check. I doubt she's gonna be coming here today, but let me double check. Oh, it has been a while since she's popped over here. Let me put Stacy on if she's still online. I think she should still be. And if she's still doing the toasty toes. Come on. Which I made sure to mute the tab so it doesn't do the thing. Because it will start screaming at me with an ad. Which is on the list of things I don't need happening, especially while streaming. But it does allow me to give her a lurk. Which I like being able to do for the streamer friends when they're on. But yes, so... Oh, what are we... Oh, okay, so... Still has time. My only other thing is mainly the whole... And things to do, obviously. Getting my stuff finalized for next week. Because I'm just like... I don't know why, but I'm kind of at a loss for, you know... things to do. For, like, milestones and stuff. I'm half wondering if I should have it like every $50 we potentially raise. Or what? And then after stream's done today, I'll probably maybe edit some of the alerts to have some special stuff. Because I have until Tuesday, thankfully, but still I definitely need time to finalize things, fiddle around with things, and then get things to how I potentially want them. And also make sure all games are playable on the laptops. I want to make sure everything can be watchable on stream and nothing will crash. Or basically cause lag beyond the pale. It's like times like these that make me wish I had a physical gaming system. Like, I mean, yes, I have the Switch Lite, but you know, like say a PS4 or something. But at the same time, I'd rather not hand out several $100s in cash to buy system and games. Like, you guys can go do that. I have played them though, because you know, college has them in their game room. So I've played like PS4, played the Xbox, which I have to say I like the Xbox controller better, personally. It feels more hand-fitting. Plus I'm definitely used to their controls better in comparison. But to each their own on that. 2. I figured you might pop in, based on what you said. How goes? I'm here blabbing about things. How goes? How goes your evening? Because it's 6:30 for you at this point. But yeah, I'm just crocheting dish towel, doing corner to corner. Have you gotten everything you need for that? I know you said you got the majority the last time in Discord, but... Oh, for a party. Nice. Oh. Oh. Good luck. It's like, oh, a party. Tomorrow. Oh. Do I need to leave it? Oh, no. So that means you're gonna need to be working through the night for that. Cool. Cool. Have fun. That's the most confusing city in our country. Oh no. So basically you need to make sure if, you don't want to get lost, or at least allocate time for potentially getting lost. Because that's always great when you gotta allocate time for potentially screwy construction. Also, country or county? I was like, I don't think you guys have counties, so I presume country, but... Again, things I could be easily incorrect in. Okay. Also, yeah, that twisted the wrong way for a second. So that was gonna be weird. I have one okay, yay! D&D spell component, specifically one. It just needs a strap for belt. Wow. I looked at belt and read bell. Cool. This is my day, I guess. Okay. But yay, one thing left. I was worried you were, I mean, there's also a bell on it. Woo! So I wasn't completely wrong. Yay! Cool. God, I'm saying that a lot today. Excuse me. Why am I yawning? I mean, I probably because I didn't have any county rather than country. Divide out the counties. I live in... Okay! Yes, I know West Sussex in general, but I didn't realize they were divided into counties like that. I'm just so used to that being an us construct, I figured that, it wasn't a thing for you guys? But sorry, that was my presumption. Okay. But that's good to know for future reference. So it's Cornwall, Devon, Lancashire, which that is always a weird one to say. Please tell me if I'm saying them incorrectly, which I likely am. But that's the thing. And definitely the more you know. Come on, you can do it. There we are. Yeah, definitely not at the length I need it to be yet, but it's probably good if I get my tape measure, so once I finish this row, I'm gonna grab said tape measure. Should be around immediately here, because I had to use it, because I was measuring the hat yesterday, so I definitely should know where it is. So... that should definitely be a quick find. 2, 3. Is the Shire and Oh, yeah, that's what... yeah, I've heard it, but it's just one of those things that does not stick in my brain. Lancashire... I don't know why I have a G. There is no G in there. Lancashire, Yorkshire. Because I've heard this. Like, because I've watched historical stuff where it's like they pronounce the name and I'm just like, wait. That's how? You sure? Okay. Alright, and... okay, where is... oh, it's right there. Yay! I knew it was close by. Woohoo! And yet we also have the word Shire. That's the same one. Yeah, I figured. I was like, that's probably is what's screwing with me. Because I'm like, I know there's a Shire. Which I do not, watched or read Lord of the Rings just because it feels like a long undertaking. Plus, we all kind of know, to a degree, what it's about because, pop culture. It's so ingrained in it at this point that it's like... unless you want to know specific details, you kind of have no real need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah. Definitely know what a Shire is. Also, what are the other props that you are making for your... for the D&D thing? I swear, I know too many people that do D&D. I swear! Like, I probably name at least 5 people off the top of my head. You, Jane, Wayne, Nolan, let's see... Don't poke me. I know she does D&D. There's someone else that does D&D. And I'm blanking right now off the top of my head. But yeah, I can name at least a couple people off the top of my head who do D&D. And hang out. But it's like, I feel like it's kind of like a thing. Being nerdy, it's like playing D&D is almost a requirement. Which I have not played it before. But I know there's a whole bunch of different versions of the game. So depending on, what kind of world building and etc. you want to do, you'll want one version over the other. Going to an elf party. Fantasy 5. Ooh. Nice. That sounds cool. Hopefully it's fun. Also, hopefully, the confusingness of the county does not work against you when you travel over there tomorrow. Also, arguably I could just go like this. That would probably be better. So I'd stop looking down and look at the camera, and also, actually... look like I know what I'm doing. Come on. Excuse me. Sorry, stomach is doing things that I very much would like it to stop doing. Although I suspect, because I've had coffee a good chunk of this week, I might have caused things, so... I have to hopefully see about tapering off that for a few days, and hopefully that'll calm things down. Half-elf there, it's Artificer? So it's a quirky steampunk device. Ooh. Steampunk is always interesting. So that definitely sounds like it's gonna be pretty fun. Oh, come on. Don't do it. There. Two, three. Come on, there. Okay, again, things I have not partaken in, but it certainly would sound kind of fun doing that sort of thing. Come on. Oh, so I should probably have something to eat once I take my break, because I had breakfast late for me, so did not have lunch, which also could be the reason why my stomach's, at least currently, is having a fit. We'll see. Tool belt, pouch, health potion, yeah. Powder flask, magic lantern, ooh, magic lantern, and components for the alarm spell, silver wire and silver bell. Ah! So basically once, you know, someone trips the wire, alarm. That is neat. Also, if I wonder how to frame, feel free to tell me. Because especially when... Ooh! That's even more cool. I do like little effects like that when it's like, you don't expect the lantern or something to light up and it's like, light! Really cool. And is it kind of like, you know, those ones that you hold in, like, one hand? It's like, you know, the metal around it with, like, you know, I presume light bulb in the middle, because, you know, flame would be way too dangerous. Do. Come on. I regret not having thing to snack on before I got started. Probably would have been a better idea, but should be alright until break. There we go. We are slowly getting there. 6 inches, the last I checked. Isn't much smaller, you could hold it in one hand. Ooh, nice. Well, given you had to make it, that makes sense. That'd be a smaller one. Also much more convenient for you in regards to travel. So that definitely makes sense. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Yeah. So a mini lantern then. Oh wait, yeah, I definitely do need to do another one. Thought I chained 6, but that was a lie. Yay! Congrats on almost completing Christmas shopping. Oh, what I have to... My accessories in the hat. Nice. Still? Are you fucking kidding me? I swore I did... Whatever. It's fine. I can add one more. That's the one good thing. Well, not the one good thing, but a good thing about crocheting. If you need to just, you know, frog a bit, you can just be like, there, done. And it's not a whole ordeal, like when it comes to knitting at times, which I love knitting. But sometimes it's like, when you got a frog and it's just like, oh, why? How could have I avoided this? Come on. Are we just not gonna go where I want you to go? Is this how it is? You're... Well, yeah, I figured you might not drive, but I thought someone might be dropping you off, but train works too. But yeah, that hat sounds like a very useful hat in this endeavor. Come on. Alright, there we go. I was going along smoothly and then I just like, right here. Like, come on. Ugh. Come on, there it is. I'm like, I know I didn't do it too tight, so that definitely should go through. There we are. Hopefully I should be able to move ahead now. I might have to partake in some green tea or something to give myself at least some semblance of caffeine. Although I don't like to have caffeine at this point of the day. So I'll start running around like no one's business. Not literally, but then I'll just have all the energy. And it'll make me trying to sleep at a reasonable hour also very much unhelpful. So, yeah. Yeah, I might just make coffee and be like, fuck it. It'll be fine. I just have to make sure I actually go to bed at not 3 a.m. Do. Although I do kind of wish I could keep, well, I can't keep the cat, but, have the cat, but with, like, a Christmas accessory instead of, if I want to convey Christmas, I would have to switch to a different Capamon. That's just me. That's fine. I highly doubt I've gotten a 9, but let me measure once I finish this row and see what's what. Shannon, what stuff do you have left to buy for Christmas? Also, I presume it's stuff you're gonna go pick up rather than, get shipped, given that be a treacherous endeavor at this point, which, funny coming from me, given I have stuff I have to send out Monday. It'll be fun. I hope, but it should be. Secret Santa for the something. Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're definitely good. Also, edibles are a nice gift. So I'm definitely with you on that one. Do. Alright, and I might be able to make another row before it takes my break, but we will see how that goes. Do. And then I know Jane's likely not, if not gonna be lurking, likely not gonna be here because I'm pretty sure it's D&D for her today. Speaking of Jane. That's like once every 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure it's this Saturday. Alright, and I also have no. How far do you have to complete those? No. Alright, this is why I don't do Christmas crafting. Hell, holiday crafting in general is one of those things where I'm just like, nope. Sorry, not my jam. Alright, almost so. Yeah, I'd say at least another row or two till it gets at least 9 inches, although I do want to get the 10, so probably another 3 or 4 in the width category, and then I'll have to do the thing to get it to go how I want it to go. Come on, there it is. Also, I hope these are simple enough where it's like, you can get them done. Yes, you have 2 weeks, but obviously much better to finish it long before then, if possible. Yeah, very much not one for the running clock like that, so yeah. 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I definitely gonna need something caffeinated. I really should not be yawning. I slept. I know I'm not tired. So I don't know what the deal is right now. Alright, come on. Come on, there it is. Come on, let's see. Oh yeah, we're at the hour mark, but I want to at least finish this row. Ah! No, please don't. No, don't do that. There it is. Yeah! I got caught in there. Which is very much something I enjoy. Let's see. So I once again have the light balanced on the microphone, because that's the only way I can have it stay there and not be in my face. Which works for now, but honestly it's not gonna be a good long-term solution. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop yawning. Why? But yeah, I might do green tea so I don't have a ton of caffeine hanging out in my system. Ba-da-dum. But yeah, we are definitely getting there. We just started over an hour ago and definitely are Why? Actually, have to. Oh. Is sewing one of those things not in your wheelhouse? Uh-oh. It's not a thing. Like, I do some basic rudimentary sewing, but sewing is not one of those things I, have a firm grasp on. Since doing a GCSE. I'm guessing that's like university related thing. Yeah, it's university course stuff. Cause that's your guys's like test. If not university, that's what is it? Your equivalent of high school? One or the other. And most of the stuff is linked with chain, string, and split rings. Oh. Okay. Do you have someone else who can potentially do that? Like, i.e. your mom or your sister, if they happen to have the time free to do so? Is your English, science, math? Ah! General... I'm pretty sure I've heard what the full term is, but it's like general something something, and I do not recall what that is off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've heard that term. Come on. You can do it. There it is. Cat's still alive, I can't ask her for help. Mom's no longer than me. Oh. Oh, so sorry she's sick. I presume it's a cold or something. Hopefully she feels better soon. 2, 3. Alright, and yeah. Crow is done. So she also... Oh! That is also unhelpful. Whoops. Oh, that doubly sucks. Alright, so we have made progress in the width of this dish towel, so I'm gonna take my break, possibly make myself some green tea to wake myself up a little bit, and I'll be back in about 10. Might be slightly longer, because I probably need something to eat too. So, be right back. Feel free to play the Plinko or the drop. And back! Put the tea right over here so I could easily grab it and it not be an issue. Also, what thing? But yay finishing a thing. Let me go actually down here. That's where I meant to go. Cool. But yeah, I'm glad I had something warm that'll hopefully wake me up a little bit. So we're going to continue basically on the increasing part of this corner to corner dish towel for a bit. And likely, I'm going to do this until I take my next break and then switch over to spinning the floof for the rest of the stream. I just remember I need to clean the potion vial with bleach before I use it for... Ah! That's probably a good idea. Do 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 do. Not bad. Like I said, my body's being an asshole and I'd like it to stop. Hopefully it's just stomach thing being stomach thing once again. I'm hoping that's the issue going on here. And I suspect it is. But we'll see. Other than that, not terribly much. Been finishing up stuff next week. Doing the charity stream things, which... have I mentioned it terribly much in Discord? I don't believe I have, but... Although, arguably, there should be event things visible to you guys. For anybody who's unaware and potentially lurking, next week is going to be outside of my typical norm because I plan on doing charity streams for Project Linus, who makes blankets, or rather, who gives blankets to children between the ages of, newborn to age 18, and basically you can provide for them by, say, making blanket squares, whether it be knit or crochet, or you can make quilts, or potentially give materials, as well as donating funds, which I plan on playing a different game every stream day this week, which my stream schedule is typically Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. For about 3 hours, but, I'm obviously going to be lenient this time because, definitely want to encourage more people to get in here and potentially, give some donations to the charity, which, any support given is going to be via the tip bar only. This is a reminder. I have mentioned it at least once or twice because, given how my payout schedule works, I want to avoid any potential issues if someone wants to be like, hey, fund using the subs and whatnot. Because, you have to be mindful of the $100 threshold and all that jazz. So, yeah, tips only. Basically, whatever you tip, that is what's going to be going over there. Plus, it keeps it easier for me to keep track of, because, it's going to be going into PayPal, and then I send it over there once it's done. And hopefully we'll have a good time, do some things, and have some fun for charity. I have a fun little surprise or two. I still have 1 or 2 little things I need to figure out here, but in the most part, we should be all set for Tuesday. But yes, the games in question at the current moment are going to be Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment for Tuesday. Wednesday plans to be Ori and the Blind Forest because I have not played that yet, so I might get that started and figure that out and then come on here. Because I have literally not played it at all since I've downloaded it when it was on sale, when the sequel to that game was coming out. So that's a thing. So after that, Friday is going to be Hades, and then Saturday is going to be GeoGuessr, which is going to be a time. Although, arguably, they're all going to be a time for various reasons, but it should be fun. Hopefully, we'll smash the goal, which the goal is not going to be, too high, but we should likely smash the goals, and if we do, we do. We don't, we don't. I just hope everybody enjoys and we can give some money to a well-meaning charity this holiday season. Which, this will be my first time doing any sort of charity stream thing, so for that alone, it's gonna be like, oh god, what the hell did I sign up for? It should turn out fine. Still a little bit too warm, but here I am drinking it. It's not scalding hot. It's not the warmth I would personally like for tea. But I'd rather it be a little too warm rather than too cold. So, there's that. Also, I don't think no, I have not put that in there. Actually, no. It should be actually there. I'm double checking a thing to make sure I'm remembering correctly. Commands. Poll. Is it poll? Or is it vote? No, that's for a new sub badge thing. I swear I have a poll. Son of a bitch. Ugh, I'll need to fit all of that later. But I have a voting thing I wanted to put up there for potential general opinions on what you want to see for the rest of the emote slots currently available to us. Now that, you know, the bonus slots are a thing and blah blah blah. No. But yeah, all in all, mostly alright. Kind of stressed. Hopefully everything will be fine. And I am worrying for nothing. Which is usually how it goes. Come on. There it is. Also, I should chat. Let's see. Wait until I finish this row and then measure. It should definitely at least be getting close to 10 inches wide. Which, to note, I'm using Dishy yarn, which is out of frame right there, because I'm pulling from the center, which is what I typically prefer when it comes to using yarn, although, you know, once it starts getting really thin, you tend to starts collapsing in on itself at times, which is kind of a pain, which I do understand why some people prefer using the outside rather than the inside of the cake of yarn. Which arguably, yeah, either way you could have a yarn ball or some facsimile, like, you know, say, plastic with, you know, a plastic container would say, like, a hole for the lid, but, like, you know, make sure you punch the hole neatly so it doesn't catch the yarn. Or one of those drink container things, too. That's also an option. Like, say, if you get a drink container from a shop, you wash that out. And I mean, like, fast food place. You wash that out, obviously, and extend where the yarn goes through, and then, voila, magic. Yarn dispenser. Come on. Wasn't sure if I was doing it right for a second. So basically, depending on how next week goes, I'm not sure. My streaming schedule for the week after might be abridged because, you know, charity streams, they be a lot. So, yeah. We will see. I'll likely play it by ear, given, you know, there's at least some downtime between when the last one is, which will be, you know, the 18th. And, you know, regular streams after that, which I'm not sure if I'm going to take Christmas Day off. I might. Who knows? That is certainly available to me. But yeah, my main issue is just thinking of, you know, milestones and stuff for whatever reason. Don't know why. Which I might consult some milestones, like traverse around Google and see what I like. Which obviously there will be at least a couple of giveaways. And then we'll go from there. And I know I'm gonna definitely at least have to think of some stretch goals too, because, you know, that be a thing. But I just want to make sure I don't, you know, have too lofty of a goal, but who knows? Come on. Alright, so row is almost done, so I'm gonna do the thing. Oh, wow, I was about to chain way too much. Let's try that again. There. Alright, so now that that row's done, let's keep this flat against here. Because, oops, how about you, oh, luckily it's still in there, but how about you don't do that? Okay. Let's see. Nope, not 10. Probably one, yeah, likely about one more row and then it'll start doing the thing. So yeah, we're definitely getting there. Which, again, if anybody's wondering what yarn I'm using for this, this is 100% cotton from Knitpick / We Crochet, who I happen to have an affiliate with, so if you definitely happen to be interested in this and one of the various other colors, because they have solids and multicolors. So there's definitely a vast amount of options. Although there's also some like Barber Pole yarn that they have available, but I'm just like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Not sure I like the look of it. But other than those yarns, they have a vast array of yarn art options available to you for, say, things like shawl, sock knitting, the like. And have pretty good customer service if you need your issues taken care of. Which, yeah, I've actually dealt with them, so I actually know what their customer service is like. Because I did an address mistake. This was like one of the first times I bought with them. Which that's like 4 or 5 years ago now? About 4, probably. No, more likely 5, because I'm pretty sure I was still doing my undergrad at that point. So yeah, more likely closer to 5. Which is kind of insane to think about. It's been 5 years since then. Because it's been 4 years since, you know, I completed my undergrad, so that's a thing. Which, you know, given the time, it's like, I couldn't have time choosing my undergrad at such a time. Which, for anybody wondering what my undergrad was, it was political science, which I still have some of the books. I'd done a variety of classes, like when I first got started, because I was doing what? Intro to Forensic Science my first semester, History of the Holocaust, Chinese, did 3 semesters of that. Which I enjoyed it, but Chinese is a lot of work. Let's see. What else? Yeah, it was my first semester, so I'd accidentally had 5 classes. Because I didn't realize there was like a 1-credit class attached to one of them. What is this? Oh, yeah, Western Civ was the other one. But I think History and the Holocaust, yeah, that one had like a 1-credit class attached to it. And I was just like, cool. Thanks. Thing we all didn't need. And I never did that again, because I'm just like, nope. But I must have not been paying attention when I was choosing my classes closely enough to have realized that that was the case. But you live and you learn. But yeah, definitely learned some things from that major. Come on, don't do that. There. Remembered something and just cringed. And I was just like, this probably looks weird on video, but it was like, I remembered a thing and I was just like, why did I remember that now? No. Don't need that memory. Also, I definitely need to continue cleaning this bookshelf, which I've cleaned the first 4 shelves now. The first top 4. Cleaned 2 of them this morning. I thought about cleaning this one before I got started, but I saw the time and was like, nope. Bad idea. So I might see about doing 1 more today and then just getting to the bottom 2 tomorrow. Which, again, this is kind of why I don't do this very often, which it's just because it's a lot of stuff that involves getting moved. Okay, this is no longer too hot to drink, which, given there's not as much left, that makes sense. There it is. Bee. Oop. That's empty. So, there goes my tea. And tea was definitely a good idea to have me be awake. Cause yeah, I was just yawning and I don't know why. Three. Come on. Oh, so I think I sidetracked myself from the nitpick / we crochet thing, which if you want the link, you can, the affiliate link rather, you can do ! nitpicks and it should pop up here in the chat if you would like. But there's also, anybody who's in the Discord, there's an affiliate link channel that I have. So if anybody wants to grab any links and use them, that it is available to you there. Again, not required to do so, but if you're interested or happen to be buying said, you know, yarn for whatever the project, I would definitely appreciate it if you use my link. Do. But my thought was, essentially, I kind of wish they had like an ombre sort of yarn. I mean, arguably they do with their multicolors, but it's like, you know, like, you would have like a yarn color shift going from like, say, one color to another. I kind of wish they had that. When it comes to their cotton yarn. But I wonder how much work that would be in the dyeing process. Alright, I'm gonna double check and see how it is. Because it should be at what the length I want. Sorry, headphones users. I literally saw my hook just graze against the microphone. I was like, oh no. My bad. I'm usually better at not doing that. Oops. Okay, it's just about 10. Like, pretty much on the money. Yeah, just about 10. Cool. Yeah. And one of these sides I'm gonna have to do the decrease and increase the other side. Wow, it would help if I'd stop doing that. So basically I'm gonna, you know, do increase on this side, but then decrease on the other, and basically it's gonna have a, basically where it's like not changing the amount of stitches on a diagonal until I get to the length I want, or approach it, and then start decreasing from there. There it is. Should probably draw in my sketchbook today. I was hoping to do that this morning, but basically the late start and then starting to clean basically made that a no, not happening. Which, it's mainly I just want to finish that sketchbook, which I definitely still think of that as a feasible thing I can do. Definitely should still be within the realm of possibility, but given next week's gonna be, I'm definitely gonna have to, you know, take it slow and casually. Come on. Do. Come on. And... obviously not going to finish this today, given I'm going to switch to spinning for the last hour or so, depending on how long we hang out here. But I'll definitely say I've at least made some progress, given where, you know, I started when we got started on this stream today. So yeah, much progress. Also, I do hope I make it through this with this one ball of yarn, which this is 190 yards, and given it calls for, it says it's worsted, but arguably not really worsted. It's like a thin worsted, if not a DK weight, arguably. Because it says 7/8, and it's like, arguably more like a heavy DK at worst. So, that's the thing. Not that's like really terrible, but you have to keep that in mind when it comes to sizes of needles and or hooks you're planning to use with this yarn. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Also, a fuzz on my nose. I could feel it. Yeah, probably fuzz coming from that. That or yarn, which, speaking of, I have the yarn that I spun a little while ago. Like I'd say a week or two ago. I still need to set the twist on that in some water, which you could see. I put it on the 1 yard Nitty Dotty, and look, it's so thin. Arguably, if I'm gonna make it into a hank, I would have to double it on itself and go like this. But I haven't set the twist yet, so that's not a thing. But it's like, look at it. It's a wee little hank. Which I'm not required to, you know, set the twist or anything, but I prefer doing so when it comes to my finished yarns. So it's like I have this, and then there's also what is left of the sparkly, which this is going to somebody who really likes the yarn. So I'm just like, which this is fingering weight. I'm not sure how it's going to be in yardage, but this is a 1 yard. Also on the 1 yard Nitty Knotty, so not a ton. But I figured, like, if someone wants this in, like, their scrap project, I figured that would be a thing. But yeah, you can see it kind of crinkling on itself, too. But I'm hoping, like, once it dries, it should stretch out a little bit. But we'll see. Which, that's chain ply, as with this. That tends to be my ply of choice. But I do enjoy other plies, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arguably about 11 yards, so this is not a lot. So likely this, once I do all the stuff, is gonna go in the hexie puffs, because I haven't made a hexie puff in a while. I will get to it, but it's just, I've been busy. Thusly haven't had time to do all the things and stuff. Plus that's a casual project anyway, so it is not anything that I'm bound to doing. So that helps. Come on. Da-da-dum. Oop, there it is. I'm feeling it probably slowed down while I've been talking. I definitely should at least be able to finish this row. Also, I might see about using the half cotton, half acrylic yarn that I got given by my mom for whatever reason. From Lion brand. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. So I have no immediate need for it. And I've never used like half cotton, half acrylic, but it definitely means it's washable. But I do wonder how that affects its potential absorbency of water. Who knows? Two, three. We're almost there. Couple of squares left. Also, if I wander out of frame, that is my bad. Again, it is a thing I do, especially when it comes to crochet. I definitely tend to wander outside of frame, given how hand movements and such go, so feel free to say so. Two, three. Come on, there it is. Do I remember how to do the decrease side? I'm pretty sure I should. Okay, yeah. Three. And instead of going up here for the increase, oops, head nudge the camera. We will go about here. And then that basically makes it even. So it's like you increase on one side, decrease on the other, and thus keeping the square count pretty much even. And then basically we go from there. Which I really do enjoy corner to corner just because it's pretty easy of a stitch. A very good way to use up some scrap yarn if you want to make a blanket or something. Also, arguably with the gradient thing, I guess you could basically cobble together some of the solids together and like use it in that way and in a dish towel of sorts. Two, three. There it is. Probably not gonna finish this row, but I'm gonna take my break, so probably 1 or 2 more squares out of this row. Then I will come back and do spinning for the rest of today's stream. No, there it is. I'll have to mess around to set up a little bit, but not terribly much. Yay! Congrats! I'm about to go on break. But yay, I'm finishing the thing. So this is what we have so far in dish towel. I actually got through all of this and starting to do the bit where we start going upwards. Because it's 10 by 18 inches, which we might make it up there in this one. Also, came along, crammed some. Aw, that's hilarious and also adorable. Aw. Alright. I mind that, thank you. That's kind of why I like the corner like that, because it does that, like, without you having to do anything. Just do the pattern and you'll get this, which, especially when it's like striped colors, you definitely notice it too. But yeah, regardless of what kind of yarn you're using, it pretty much works, which very much is the bonus of that. Also, I forgot that I was balancing on there. Oops. So yeah, break time for me. I'm gonna switch to spinning on the large wheel once we come back, so be back in about 10-15 minutes. Once again, wrong screen. There we are. And turn that back off, and ta-da! Hi, back. Sorry it took a little while. I think I might need to adjust. Yeah, it has to be there, but that's taller than the mic. And I don't think this thing will allow it to be at that angle unless I lean it against it, like so. Well, I mean, I can't nudge anything too much. It'll be fine. Alright, so I'm gonna adjust the craft cam to what my current setup is, and we will get started with the floof spinning. Also, Sock Wizard. Hi! Hope all is good. Hope, you know, potential moving has been successful. Alright, focus is fine. Might need to change the white balance just a wee bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Hope all is good. Ugh. I can see it and it's still on. I just need to figure out where the hell I can grab it from. Where'd it go? Oh, right there. And that's the downside, because it's a round thing I'm trying to lean it on, so that's completely unhelpful. So yeah, I'll just have to keep it straight up. I was hoping to have this thing perched against here, but, you know, no is apparently the answer. Shush. Ugh. Need to move you a little bit closer. This is why I need a new light. Exactly why. Gonna be in and out, chat next. Ooh, sofa! Yay, sofa. And shush. Ugh. Ugh. It is what it is, man. But yes, what I'm spinning is merino and silk blend, Tessa silk specifically. 80% merino, 20% Tessa silk. Which this was dyed by Alley Cat Fiber Arts, who has an Etsy shop. Used to stream here on Twitch. Not sure if she's coming back, I have no clue on that, but you know, life and stuff happened, plus decided to pursue other stuff, which that is completely fair. I was spinning this last Friday, I believe, and I haven't touched it since. So this is pretty much exactly where we left off. Which this is second bobbin. First bobbin has like a little over an ounce in there. Arguably about 1.2 ounces if the scale is to be believed. But the scale has never done me wrong, so I argue it's pretty close to accurate. But yeah, I really would love to be able to replace this, which I will likely do once my payout happens, but it's not happening till middle of next week. Which I'm honestly thinking this will end up being a 4-ply once I am done. We'll see what happens, but more than likely I suspect 4-ply. Thank you! Yeah, I really do love this section. It's really pretty. Definitely first half, or at least the first part of it was definitely looking definitely more of the purple variety. Whoops, like more like this. Trying to be gentle and not knock into the spinning thing. Yeah, but definitely more purple on the first iteration. I'm just gonna honestly let it go how it is and see what happens. Because given, you know, the dominant color is the purple and white, it should pretty much sync up pretty well. Yeah, pretty much. Regardless, I feel like it would definitely work out. Pulsing thought just fell apart. No! Alrighty. Sorry it fell apart. That is certainly not fun. Yeah, I should move the hook. Also, I probably should have cut more fiber. But I was briefly stuffing my face and did not do so, so... Whoops. It's fine. I know the yarn's behind me, and I'm pretty sure I have scissors over there. So it should be alright. Also, I'm kind of keeping my head down more so I don't have to look up and have the light, even though it's not coming directly at me. It's going close enough that it's like, I prefer not looking up. No, because I'm cutting the braid. I tend to cut, like, pieces of the braid and work them from there. It's like the braid this is all coming from, I mean. Ah, let's not have my hand get in there. I was doing a lot. Yeah, I know you could just pull it, but I prefer, like, just cutting it, personally. I'd probably... That is also fair. It's not giving me an issue. Plus, I tend to, like, cut into, like, good chunk sections. So, like, say, about... At least, say, about the length of the tip of my middle finger to my palm. Which that would be about... How long is that? I think about 6-7 inches. I would have to check that, but I'm pretty sure it's about 6-7 inches, thus... That shouldn't cause an issue. Also... But pulling seems to completely fair. Which I could also try that, so... That makes sense, so you don't really have to draft as much on the ends. Because that is a thing. You have to draft a bit to get it to connect. Because I don't know why I had never thought of doing that. My brain was always just like, just cut a piece of the thing off. Do-do-do. Oh, also, have you seen purple socks? I think you have, but I could be incorrect. Pull some fiber to get started. Ah, that's fair. Yeah. That makes complete sense. Alrighty. I shall be here spinning. But yeah, this is definitely gonna need to be a foreplay because I'm spinning thinner than what I typically spin. Like if I pull the control card, which my control card for spinning is over there. Oop, don't do that. It is not. But hi. Also, of course, you're purple now. Aren't you supposed to be working? Ooh, don't do that. But honestly, it is not that complicated. I honestly could show you sometime on a Turkish spindle. It's pretty much the same thing except, you know, motor and physics and blah blah blah. Which I was terrible at physics. Kid is okay. I should eventually play that game. I would have to buy it. That swapped into. Aww. I could see you in the Discord, you didn't have to. Thank you. Come on, don't do that. Little draft, alright, cool. I really do hope I get to finish at least spinning the singles for this year. But we will see. Who knows? Although I expect, like, likely that'll be what I do after next week. Spin a crap ton. So that'll be the least thought necessary project. Which after this I'm gonna probably need to start using at least 1 or 2 of my hand spuns. Cause I have, I think, 4 hanks a hand spun, 3 if not 4. Let's see. The straight BFL, there's the Targi? Yeah, Targi. The blue Targi. Bunny Mayhem, hello! Thank you for that follow. How you doing? How goes your Saturday? I am here spinning fiber. That'll eventually be sock yarn. Hope goes well. Also, yeah, I'll need to move this. I'll need to move this down. Ah! Thank you for the bits, which also I have drop game here, so if you guys want to use it, you can use it like so. But thank you, you did not have to do that, you're already giving me gifts. Wow, they're not even touching me, that's hilarious. Wait, yep, there it is. I knew I was gonna jinx myself. Cool. I might make it. Oh, maybe? I think so. Oh, I did. Not bad. Oh, Stream Raider's thing is blocking me. Let's see. Where is that anyway? Drop game. I might have to move that up past these. There it is. Ta-da! Had not thought about that being a thing. Yeah, I have that on the craft screen. Crap. Nope, come back. I need chat. Fucking hell. I accidentally pressed the thing and chat disappeared. But it's still available in the bot, so it's fine. Plus this should hopefully... Yeah, remember the last couple bits of chat. Yay! Also, now you're red instead of purple. This is why I hate. This is why I hate Twitch sometimes, because their chat thing is sometimes very broken. I presume you did not make it. Sad. Aw. One of the premium versions of this, it has, what's its face? Has an opportunity that you can get pretty much absolute zero. Not even pretty much. It is absolute zero, so 0.00 as a score. Which I saw someone do in another stream and I was just like, what? Because you have to clip just the edge of the cake. It's insane. But it's possible, and also amusing. Alright. I'm gonna pause, get another piece. I could just try ripping out a piece instead of grabbing scissors. Let's see. Ooh, there's like an orangey bit right in here. Should be interesting. Oh. Although, yeah, that's silk. That would be why it took a little while. And look how the ends wisp like it's a brush. Oof. Alright, so... Oh, that's a bit long. I wonder if I could pull this in half. Fails. Arguably did not fail. So, okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Let's rip that in half. Yeah, it's fine. That just means I'll likely won't have to tear another piece for today, which that's pretty good. So that means I guess I have incentive to see if I have time to spin tomorrow? And that would be off stream, because I don't stream on Sundays. But yeah, that's a thing I always forget to mention. Like, if you tier bits in the channels, that's a little thing with the drop game. Although that's a thing I can turn on and off, but I like having it on. Makes things more interesting. Excuse me. Not sure why I'm coughing. Might need to have some water. Throat might be dry, maybe. Also, I've not been paying attention to my bobbin. Let's see. Am I gonna need to move my hook soon? Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, definitely move hook time. I'm trying to be good in the actually keeping this bit even. Although, arguably it's still not perfect, but it's not terrible. It is reasonably passable. Which, if anybody hasn't discovered already, yes, I'm a wee bit of a perfectionist. However, could you have told? However, could you tell? Wow, I can speak and say words. Cool. Do. Also, that 100 bits puts us 4% to our goal for the month in regards to bits, which you might not see the goal up next week, but definitely I'll still be able to keep track. I'll just have it hidden. So if we do happen to hit those goals, definitely will be doing giveaways. Which, if anybody's curious about where I got this minigame from, This is from Maya. I was gonna say Maya Insane, but I think she changed her name to Maya. I believe, yeah. And Instafluff, who both stream here on Twitch. Maya does the art, Instafluff does the coding aspects to this game. Plus a bunch of very other mini games. Like there's a maze one, but I figured that would take too long, so I don't really use that one. Like if I had longer breaks, that'd probably be a good idea. Maybe might have that on the Be Right Back screen next week. Maybe. Who knows? Do 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 do. Draft. But yeah, the tip bar is the only one that's not going to count for regular tips next week, given, you know, that's where the charity money is going to be going. So everything else is going to count as normal. Although they will definitely be hidden. Because definitely charity will certainly matter a lot more. Come on. There it is. Come on, you can do it. There it is. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing I pulled another piece. Because we're definitely going to need another piece. But likely will not spin through the entirety of it, given these are slightly longer than I planned. But, like I said, I typically want it like the length of my hand, and this is twice the length of my hand. It also means I won't need to cut a new piece anytime soon, so there's that. Oh, so I am slowly saving up in Animal Crossing for the third room. I just got the second room, so it's gonna be a little bit until I get to the third room available. Because again, it increases exponentially, essentially. Like, it pretty much doubles almost doubles pretty much every room you buy. Which I save up for the room before I get it, so I am not in debt to Tom Nook, because no. I may have a thing against the whole, hey, let's create this whole thing so you can put people into debt for a while. Which is why I'm just like, you know what? No, I'll be saving my money and telling you to suck it every single time. I may have feelings about this. Just maybe. Also, alright. New piece. Oh, then spin with me! I'm not gonna be on for more than like 20 minutes or so. Might be longer than 20. Might push it to 30. But spin with me! Also, what do you have to spin? I am curious. Drafty draft. Also, hi, it's dark in here. Because, you know, rainy day today. Okay, good, it didn't go in. All the things. Oh boy. Is this like for shop things or... basically, you know, gift giving because, you know, 'tis Christmas almost soon? Or something else? The seasoning of overspending and digging into your wallets for non-existent money. Ooh, Daedalus. Ooh, Corydale. Silk. Full-on silk takes a lot of twists, though. Like, literally, this stuff takes a bit of silk and a bit of twist, and this is only 20% silk in here. But, ooh. I have not seen... I don't think I've seen the Falcon. Because I've not been following on Instagram closely. I know I've definitely seen one or two, but... Daedaluses are so pretty. But yes, definitely spin along with me. If you don't have other obligations to deal with. Also, your follow put us at least, if the count is correct, to 4 follows. Away from 1K. Which, that's if this thing, because almost every time someone follows, it's just like, it goes up and then it goes back down. It's real weird and stupid. And I don't understand what the problem is. Well, I do understand what the problem is. It's Twitch. Whatever's going on in there, it's like messing with things, I don't know. Something's broken. Who knows? Or they're just authenticating that people are actual people. Which, you know, fair. 12 pounds of alpaca. Oh my god. With sorry waste and make a few structure. Ooh. That is a lot of alpaca. To put it mildly. 12 pounds. I presume this is already prepped and stuff. And ready to spin. But yeah, that's a lot of alpaca. I have not spun alpaca yet. I definitely tend to spin more so in the wool category of things, but I do want to try stuff like that at some point. I've used alpaca, but I just never spun it. Uh-oh. Come back. Please stick. Thank you. I broke off the piece. I had to go force it to join back to itself. Whee! Well, luckily I hadn't let go yet, so I was like, nope, you're coming back. Let's see. I think I need to move this hook soon. If not, like, about now. Yeah, I'm really spinning thinner than usual. Some of it's washed, but not by no means all. I have to comb it, tried it on the blending board. But it drafts better. Yeah. Once you get, you know, the fibers to align and all that stuff. I've seen the process, but, it's a lot of work to, you know, prep fiber. 'Tis insane, but very much cool that your sister sent you that much alpaca. Like, you will likely have alpaca for days. To put it mildly. Also, obviously you do spinning, but do you happen to do any other crafts? Because I'm definitely of the variety crafter here. I haven't seen the general intro, but yeah. For our own use. Okay. So basically, you get 6 pounds, she gets 6 pounds. Although, you know, it depends on, you know, what goes out of there with the prepping and stuff, because, you know, all the stuff that comes out of Floof once you prep it, and all that jazz. Tends to at least a little bit lighten it. Come on. We can do it. Also, ooh, do a number of fiber adjacent things. Fair. Knit, crochet, spin, very tiny bit of weaving, chainmail, which, thusly, this stuff, digital traditional art, and sometimes games, which that'll be all of next week. Pretty much all games, as a forewarning. Because charity stuff and things. Because I figured games would be the least setup intensive. So I don't play games on here often, so a whole week of gaming should be interesting. But yeah, all the fiber stuff. I haven't woven in a while. I'll probably get back to that, because I do want to see about weaving some plaid. It's not complicated. I very much love plaid. I'll eventually get to that at some point. Wanted to even that out, and that settles that. But yeah, you'll definitely fit in very well, because there's definitely a lot of people who do a assorted amount of crafting, so definitely be right at home here. It's dark as fuck outside. Haven't really seen the rain, although I swore I've heard it rain once or twice, but it's not a huge amount of rain, so makes sense I haven't really noticed it. Alright. I'm gonna turn this a little bit. I want to make sure I do it well. I don't potentially threaten my hands. I very much do not want to potentially hurt my hands while doing this. Just wanted to turn this a little bit closer to me. I should have done that earlier, but I completely forgot. I'm doing a bit of dig through. Ah! I follow some less. Yeah, you'll definitely have a lot of them. I can definitely shout a few out. There's Atomic Stacy. She does knitting and a bit of spinning as well. She was actually just on, like, I'd say an hour or two ago, so let's see. She potentially might be here lurking, but I doubt it, because I believe today is movie day for her in her Discord, but definitely fun, interesting time to hang out in. Her schedule, I believe, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Not a problem. I have a couple of people I can shout off the top of my head. Girl November, she's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Moderates here whenever she gets the opportunity to do so. Does knitting, does some crochet. Definitely more knitting focused. And definitely a good way to start your morning. So definitely check. I missed the S. No. Oh, okay, I didn't go through. Yay! I was like, I forgot the letter. There we go. Yeah, definitely check her out. She was last on Tuesday because bathroom stuff and things being fixed. Let's see. Dragon Rider Cat. She's been here. She raided a couple of days ago. Hang out in her stream sometimes. She does knit. She crochets more than she knits, but she does that sort of stuff too. And also very much a good time to be in. Also, it would help if that would type. Let's see. There. Let's see. There's 2 people who are currently on hiatus I could also throw at you. I'm not sure if they have any videos currently available on their Twitch. You can check them out. There is, the Rogue Knitter, who typically when she was streaming, but she'll be back. She's currently recovering from surgery stuff and things. She does knitting, crocheting, spinning. I believe she has some hairpin looms. Very lovely, bit sweary, good time all around. Very much great time. Oh, let's see. There's definitely some more people, but I'll leave it at 5 because I don't want to overwhelm the chat. But last but not least, there's Freckle Fireworks, currently on hiatus due to work things, but we'll be back starting in January, so next month. She does the knitting, started doing crochet. There's some weaving at times, and also, yeah, I believe that's about it. Also spinning. She does the spin things too. She's the reason why I do the chainmail, because she gifted me chainmail rings and stuff that she was getting rid of. So, and also, once she'll be back, she'll be selling her own yarn. I believe floof and probably some hand spuns out of some of the floof. Freckle Fiber Works. Oops. Oh, I think I forgot a letter. Yeah, I think I forgot a letter. Let me try again. Freckle. Hope so. And moderate for her. I better remember how to spell her name. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Alright. And definitely you'll be able to find a lot more people by just branching from there. On a phone. No worries. Let's see. There's Atomic Stacy, there's Girl November. She's on the weekdays, 2 days a week. There is Rogue Knitter, currently on hiatus. Freckle Fireworks also on hiatus. And then, let's see, both should be back about sometime early-ish in the next year. And also Dragon Rider Cat. I hang out from time to time. Do not have like a firm grasp of her schedule, but definitely lovely, very inclusive time. Also, I'd be happy to PM you said links if you need me to. Oh, I think that's why I had it that close, so I had a better idea of how full I had the bobbin. That's why I had it that direction. Whoops. Oh well. It's fine. But yeah, I can definitely branch off from there and be able to find a bunch of fiber artists. I know I definitely have a bunch more, but I'm trying to not completely clog up the chat. Which, anybody who happens to stream here is potentially hanging out here, specifically the fiber arts and stuff, totally feel free to put I want to chat and what you do's. Fix the thing. Yay! Congratulations on fixing the thing. I figured that's why you reappeared. Yep. That should definitely help in the algorithm. But yeah, there is a plethora of people you can find all across Twitch to do the crafty things and hang out with. So you will certainly not be lacking anytime soon. I will tell you that. Glassmakers and crafting is a very lovely community. Nice! What color is your sofa? I meant to ask, but I forgot before you wandered off to go take care of that. Okay, that's better. Not as much in my face, but now it makes me look very dark. Ugh. Although, it's like teal. Ooh! Teal's a nice color. I'll post it. Yeah, I have Discord open, so I can check it out. But yay, new sofa! New sofa's usually nice, unless it's like too stiff. And you kind of have to get used to it. It's like the only time where it's like, meh. But either way, you kind of have to like break it in. Also, I should probably move this hook soon enough. Let me check. Okay, a little bit, and then I'll move the hook. Not terribly much. Oops. Alright, let's see. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, who posted in there, I presume? Ah, okay. I wasn't looking in the Discord. Ooh. Rob, that is really, really cool. Alright. Ah! Oh, that is fuzzy. Yeah, I saw. I like it. It looks very nice and comfy. Yay, couch! Thanks, no. No worries. I was looking at your photos of the things because I hadn't realized you'd put them in the Discord. I was like, it was really cool. I was looking at the lantern thing that you made. I was like, oh, that really came out cool. So that's what I was going on about. But yeah, that does match your whip. Arguably the sofa's darker in patches in correlation to the photo, but that looks nice and comfy. Although I hope that's not blocking the radiator that I see right there. But yes, very, very nice sofa. Yeah, I hadn't realized. I saw there was stuff posted in the Discord, but I wasn't sure what it was until I saw. I was like, oh, that's what it is. Also, I should move the hook a little bit. Yeah, I'd stop paying attention, which is bad. Alright, so... Oh, we've hit the 3-hour mark, but I think I'd stay on for like another, say 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna likely head off today. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, as I did the crochet and spun leaf floofs. Because I want to enjoy a chill time before next week became all the stuff and things. Also, dear God, it's dark in here. Might have to turn on the lights. just so it doesn't look like I'm living in an abyss. That's better. Whee! It also says, yay! Yay, pull out bed. Although, can I? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to avoid turning on the ceiling light, but ceiling light makes things very much better. Although it's affecting the color because it comes off slightly yellowish. So my stuff. Ah! That's handy. Because I imagine you guys don't have like that much space because apartment. So that makes complete sense to have that as a twofer. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I remember you said you were gonna have to likely downsize, so I figured. But yeah, I'm glad you got space. You had to figure out beds we could fold away while they're not. Yeah. Gotta make use of the space. One pull-out couch and one Murphy bed. Oh, you mean the ones where it's like you pull up from the wall and pulls down? Like they use in comedy skits and so on. I like those. Although I feel like those might be inconvenient. At times. Although I highly doubt I'd be able to launch a person up into the wall, but I could be wrong. And it would be my luck if that ever happened to me. Ba-da-da. It would be very hard. Okay, that's what I thought, because like my brain kind of reminisces to like, you know, the comedy skits where people are getting trapped in one of those things. But I was like, I figured in reality that is not likely to be the case. I would certainly hope not, because that would be very much hazard. To put it mildly. Spring load or anything, you have to use muscles to pull it up. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's likely what I was thinking of. Because they tend to, at least from what I remember, tends to be like spring loaded, but yeah. That'll definitely give you a workout though. They'll pull up and pull down the bed like that, but definitely a good thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured you meant vertically, it's fine. I was like, vertical's up and down, horizontal is the other way. You're good. do 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 do. Yeah, I'm like spinning frog whiskers. I don't normally spin frog whiskers. I typically spin like 40 wraps per inch. That tends to be my comfort zone. But I suspect it's because I'm spinning silk that my hands are like, spin thinner. Which is why I'm kind of doing the 4-ply. Ba-da-da-da. Alright. Let's get that. Package. I need to finish packaging. Do. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your new apartment so far. Presume you've gotten in there relatively recently because you were still looking the last time.
Booby. You alright?
Oh, I'm using up more floof than I thought I would. The neighborhood's pretty neat. Nice having our own space to decorate. We moved like a month ago. Okay, yeah, you were still looking the last I recall. Which that was still sometime in November, so that makes sense. That tracks. But yay, very glad for everything working out. Also, that feels like a bit of veg matter going on. There's like small bits of it that pop up here and there. Not frequently. Yep, veg matter it is. Which I'm totally fine. It's a thing. It happens. Yeah, that would make complete sense. Obviously, that is way more important. Oh, we're really close to the edge of this, bit of the bobbin. Which definitely means we have made progress in the past hour. Which I am definitely all here for. So yeah, this is probably a good time for me to start looking at who we can potentially go hang out with. Because I feel like there's at least a couple of Firebirds people hanging out here right now. Making sure I don't accidentally show weather app on here. Keeping my phone as much out of frame as I can keep it. Which, yes, I'm still continuing to spin while doing this. Because this thing requires a bit of twist, which helps. Oops, yeah, I pulled a little bit too much. No. Let's get you back. Attached. Looks like with Tony. Play in the mud. 9.5, but she's just doing Stream Raiders. Sleeping Luna Designs. Oh, she's on doing some crochet. Who is on here? Okay. Yeah. Sleeping Luna sounds good. Have not been in there for a wee bit. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. Definitely about time for me to pause. So, let me... do a bit here, then... So, I guess it's actually good that I tore that log of a fiber, because, look, it's mostly gone. It's like, I didn't think I would get anywhere near the other end of that half, so, yeah, actually a good thing. So, let's see, obviously, just a reminder, charity streams next week, so all games, no crafting. We'll still be here chatting about the stuffs and the things, but just no crafts happening on stream. You'll likely still see stuff on the Instagram, so on and so forth. But let's see. Oh, okay, so let's do that. Let's see, Twitch. But I do want to very much appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Thank you, my very dork of a boyfriend, for giving me the 100 bits. Thank you... I am blinking right now because I can't see it in front of my face. Bunny Mayhem for the follow. Shannon for the resub. I believe that's it on all the stuff and the things. And I'm going to mute so Nad doesn't start yelling at me. Because such is the way of Twitch. But yeah, you guys are awesome. I will see you guys Tuesday. Be prepared to have some fun. Watch me play Sherlock Crimes and Punishment. Should be a good time. And hopefully hang out, possibly contribute to some charity stuff. So I'll see you guys then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye!